It's Sunday the 17th of June. I'm the Stink, and I'm going to do a price action review of some Forex pairs for a change instead of XRP. So we'll look at a few pairs that one that I follow, and then I think the dollar index. I think I've got the Euro USD and the Euro Aussie just as a few pairs to do some top-down analysis. Now this photo, this was actually a Christmas present I did for my brothers as a bit of a joke. Framed it, printed it, and well, not to be taken too seriously. That's all I'm going to say. So let's get right into the charts and have a little look. So we'll start top down from the dollar index. So let's have a quick look at the monthly. We'll have a look at that last week. So monthly, as we can see, we're coming into an area now around the sort of $95 mark where there's some strong structure. So we just put in our horizontal line at the $95 mark. Okay. So as we can see in the past, we've had at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe about 15 areas at this sort of 95 cents level where price is respected or bounced. Obviously some good pushes down there. Let's have a quick look down onto the week. So the last week you can see this very big bullish push with the US dollar. We're above the 200 EMA. Obviously the 14 and the 50 EMA are now looking like they could potentially cross. So I think looking at this coming week, what we're going to need to see is a strong close above this $95 mark. I mean, looking at the chart, just where we've got, I guess, more structure here, it's more around sort of 95, 95.50, 95.40 sort of level. Let's just drop down to the daily and have a little look and see what could happen, because potentially this could be an area of reversal. So the first thing that's jumping out at me is this potential double top. Again, a good bit of structure. Let's just highlight that here. Structure to the left previously. Now this was back in November. November is the last sort of time, apart from the end of May, where price struggled to break this level. From November, price has obviously pushed down and down, and we've pushed all the way down to, what's that, 88.27. So let's have a little look down onto the 4 hour and see if anything is potentially setting up. So as we can see, we've got a strong impulse lag up, and price is starting to consolidate now. So for me, I might expect the price to push down to the 14 EMA before another attempt at breaking $95. If not, there is a chance that we could see price attempt to come back down to the, what's that, 93, sort of 93.30 level. I mean, you could say there's a double bottom there, impulse up. So what some people might be waiting for is a pullback to a 618. So we potentially could have a 618 setup. Which, if we look there, the Fibonacci, the 618 fib does line up with previous structure. So we just put a quick horizontal ray here. What's that? 93.94. We're saying 93.94. So yeah, there's, that's sort of an area to watch, I would say, unless of course on open the price breaks above and retests this level. So how is that gonna translate into some pairs? So with the Euro USD, that potentially could mean there's some further downside to come. So let's have a look at the Euro. So again, sort of flip reversed. We've come back into a very strong price level around the 1.1600 sort of level. Just whack that in, 1.1600. Okay. Again, like with the dollar index, we've had what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So seven points in which the price has rejected this area in recent history. So again, that's October we're looking at there. So let's just highlight October. At the moment, obviously, it looks like there's a chance that these EMAs could be about to cross, which could signal, you know, the price is under the 200 EMA. If these cross, downside potential to come. Let's just drop down to the daily and have a look at what we've got. So, as we can see on the daily, the EMAs have crossed from this consolidation up here. So, we've had a break to the downside, bounced up again. This could just be a temporary pullback. I mean, looking at the most, where can we measure? So as we can see, price is pushed down. We've tested the 200 EMA and the 14, and price did respect this level here. Now, obviously, these EMAs are a indicator that it's a bit laggy, so it's not consistent. So at the moment, we're trying to anticipate where these lines may go if you're not familiar with how they work. So looking at the area that we've come from, so if we take a quick fib measure from the tops here down to the swing low, we've got a 618 retracement where we're at the moment, where price is pushed down. So at the moment, price is pushed down and created the 618 there. So what could price do now? Well, let's have a look how this big bearish candle, I have to say, that is made up on the 4 hour. So what sort of action? So again, 200 EMA, we've come up, tested 200, pushed down, and slowly we're sort of putting in some, well, not really putting in higher highs. I mean, there's a chance, again, we could, you know, like I keep mentioning, testing an EMA. So there's a potential that if price comes up to here, which would bring us in line with this structure. Let's just put a quick ray in. So yeah, the 1.16500 level. What does that look like? What's 500 look like? Even handle numbers. Yeah, the 500 level would put us in line with that. That looks like it could be a 382 measurement. If I put the 382 in, obviously a stronger pullback would be right up into the 618 up here. So again, that's more of a, I guess, a stronger area for a possible trend continuation down. But let's just put the 382 in there. Can't get the words out. Where are we at? Yeah, I mean, the 382, we've got a bit of confluence there. It's lining up with the previous structure. I mean, that's, for me, that would be an area where price could come. This isn't a pair that I've been focusing on at all really recently, so I'm just sort of speculating on what could happen. So, I mean, if we're looking at price coming up into that area where we could go, what sort of structure? Because again, we could be forming head and shoulders. For those that trade head and shoulders, we've got this potential setup. So at the moment, this level, this could bounce. And for those that trade head and shoulders, you'd probably have identified something along the lines of this. So we've got our head and shoulders pattern, which, I'll tell you what, let's just draw this in. Let's just take a measurement, just get rid of these fibs, this fib. Just take a measurement from the top, swing high to the swing low. And, well, yeah, I mean, the top of it's just below the 618. I mean, this 200 EMA, if price did push back up, you could have a 382. Again, that's a good area for some structure. So that could, if this level's respected, of course, then we could see a bit of a upside bounce if you're looking at head and shoulders. So it's going to be a case of looking for some sort of reversal pattern. So maybe a bit of a flag form, so we have a bit of an impulse pullback, then we could go up. So let's just drop down to the hour. So again, on the hour, we're sort of pushing up. So it's going to be one to watch. I mean, like I said, I think if we respect level, then if I was trading this pair, I would look for some bullish signs, such as a flag, or at least an impulse and a 618 retracement before looking at potential longs on that one. Let's just have a quick look at the Euro Aussie. Let's get to the monthly. Let's have a look what we've got. So on the monthly, as you can see, there's been a bit of a downtrend. Prices ranged, I guess, from the 1.6 sort of 6 flat level. Let's just have a look where that would go. 1.6 flat. Okay. And then we've got the bottom of this sort of range on the monthly, of course. I mean, a stronger area, probably the 1.4 sort of level. So that's as you can see, sort of prices come down, we've gone up and down, so it's just ranging on the monthly. But price has bounced up from the 14 and 200 EMA on the monthly, which weekly we're looking at a possible bounce up from the 50 EMA. So again, with more of an uptrend on the weekly. Let's jump to the daily and have a look and see what is going on. So we've put in, I guess you could say, a higher low at the moment. So price has been slowly working its way up. Obviously from this low here, we've been putting in a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We've been going up. You could probably find a 5-way wave Elliott formation in there. So we've had our double top there. Price is pushed down. So where would a 618 be if that was a potential 2618 on the daily? So we'll just go from the swing high to the swing low. The 618 does bring us right back up into this level here. So at the moment, it's pushing higher. It is trying to push higher. What's the 4-hour showing us? Okay, so price again had a good impulse up. We've had a bit of a pullback. Surprise, surprise. What would we find? 618. Back at structure. Let's just have a quick look at a fib inversion. What I tend to trade is fib inversion. So I'm looking for an impulse, retracement back to the 618, and then I'm looking for where the 1.618 fib is showing. So on the higher structure of this pair, that could give us some confluence up into structure. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say confluence, but it's an area where there is higher structure. So that's we're at this 200 EMA on the 4-hour first. So what I would look for is a break and a possible retest first, because we still got this trend line. We've got this trend line here. So we go from the top. This is what we're looking to break, I guess. So if you trade this pair, EURUSD, you might want a break up, down. I mean, this 1.58, I'd say 600 even handle number would be a good area to look for some trades. So we'll if the 200 stays strong, again got a bit of structure, you could see a retest of these levels down here at the sort of 1.53000 level. I don't know how to say it properly. I'm not an expert by any means. Just what price is telling me. So that's potential there. I mean, the one pair that I am trading at the moment is the Beast, or the Graveyard, pound dollar, whatever you want to call it. So on the monthly, I mean, I'm currently in a trade at the moment. which is ongoing. It's a short trade. It's a short trade, so we'll see what happens. So as we can see on the monthly, we've had some pretty choppy action in the last couple of years. Just as overall views, obviously a big push down. Obviously Brexit had a big impact. I think that was around here, 2016, yeah, June 2016, yeah. Brexit really made it drop off the face of the earth. So we've had an impulse leg down. We have put in a higher low compared to these lows around the 119,400 sort of level. On the weekly, price, again, has slowly been putting in these higher lows, some higher highs. We did have a retest of the 200 EMA and a push down. I do believe, again, looking at the fibs that we've got, so price came up into the 618 area, and from there price did push down. Now I think that's probably around the 127 level, to be honest. Yeah, just shy of the 127 level. Let's have a quick look at the daily and see what we've got going on. So again, on the daily, it does become a lot more apparent that we've been putting in. So we've had our high, push down, higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high. I'm getting confused now. Oh dear, we've been in a downward movement. I'm getting confused with my lower lows, my higher highs. But price, as we can see on the daily, we've been trying over the last week to break this 50. Well, we've been respecting the 50 EMA. We've got the 200 EMA in play at the moment, and the most recent move down, which I was looking at, was this sort of, again, we've been respecting the 618. And as it stands, if we do my fib inversion on the daily, you know, the 618, 1.618 is at the 140, 173 levels, and that's with this pair is very volatile. One of the reasons I like this pair is because of the volatility. So there's a chance, you know, it could potentially go there, but again, that is a big move. And you know, as you can see, in you know the right conditions, it can move sort of that is, you know, 1,000, 1,300 pips. It can do that on the 4 hours where I took the trade. So let's just get rid of these fibs, because I was looking at this test here of the 200 EMA. So when we tested this 200 EMA, from high to low, we've got that fib there, the 618. Now I didn't get in right here. I was looking at price, we'd come back up, we retested again here. I'll show you the idea in a moment, just to get me bearings, but we've got the price again, look at that, that's a good 5, well, probably 7 or 8 candles there of action. Price has then pushed up, obviously it's broken above the 618, but it's just been respecting that 200. I mean, look at that, that's just stuck to that 200 EMA, pretty much like a magnet. And we've got, do a quick measure here, 144, 928. So, you know, the EMAs have just crossed. We are creating a bit of a bullish, not bullish, a bearish flag here. On the 1 hour, again, you'll see the amount of consolidation is really not been moving much. Slowly progressing upwards, but again, you see it's we've just got, what's sticking out to me is this sort of pattern here, this sort of pattern, which, you know, bang, 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 and then you could expect something along the lines of this. You know, so that would take us down to the 127. So 127 is in structure. I mean, that is a further from where we are now, looking at that even that's 138 pips. I think I'm about 100 pips up at the moment on the trade that I have got. But that's what I've got on the beast. And again, I've just been focusing on this one pair, not trying to take too many trades because I have a terrible history of trying to trade everything and anything instead of taking my time, waiting for price to move where I need it to, and ultimately blowing up accounts and not doing very well. So on the actual idea that I posted on, I think it was the 11th of June. The 11th of June. That, so quick here. Here we go. So it's 50 pip risk for 231 pip. Reward now, my stop has been moved to break even as well. That's on the 15th. So open on the June the 11th, June 15th. That's the fib inversion I was talking about. So as we can see, price had really consolidated, pushed down. We'd come right back up into this structure, which was a reason for entry. Just, I mean, look, it's you know, that principle of previous support becomes resistance. The stop, 50 pips, is above the previous highs. Got this descending trend line as well. And at the moment, you know, price did consolidate. We pushed up. I mean, again, you can see it's just as well put my stop where I did, because if I tried to even out along these, you know, what's that, the 48 even level, I would have been stopped out. The spread would have taken me out there. But we eventually started to drop down, as you can see, below the trend line, retesting the trend line, and I'm looking at my target's the 145.377. So as you can see, it's more of a swing type trade that I've been doing, and I found this has worked quite well with the previous trades that I have had. I'm not, you know, not an expert by any means, and I lose. You know, this is the first idea I had on June the 11th. Got stopped out. Straight away, just ping, stopped out. When this happened, I did re-enter the trade because I would have got stopped. Yeah, just here. Obviously, I was watching the chart in work and realised that, you know, I should have waited till this level, which is why I re-entered the trade. This trade here was obviously the previous, when we were creating these zones here. Again, that was a 50 pip stop, 114 pip target. As you can see, that was open on the 7th. On the 8th, moved to stop break even, and on the 8th, target hit 114 pips, which is never a bad thing. So yeah, as you can see, it did when it went, it consolidated a bit, then really popped down. I probably could have got a bit more out of it, but I've tried to take more of a swing approach to the beast and really focus my attention and patience on waiting for the moves to happen. So that's just a quick video for today. It's more from me than anything else, just so I can get these thoughts out of my head and get a bit of practicing with looking at other pairs as well as the pair that I'm focusing on. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, share it, like it, subscribe. If there's any pairs you'd like me to look at, by all means, drop me a message on Twitter at StinkFX. I'll just bring that page up just to show you. And you know, yeah, I'll try and do the Forex ones more on a Sunday before the week starts, just to give an overview. So I've got a bit more time to look at these sort of things. So yeah, if you want to ask any questions or want me to look at any pair specifically, I'm happy to have a look at price action, see what's going on. So at StinkFX. As you can see, my chilies are growing. I mean, XRP, that's the one I normally, what I've been looking at recently. Obviously, just been getting a bit more purposely involved with what's going on. Obviously, I've held XRP since December and just been trying to build up a better position. But again, it's not really been doing much this last week. Just been consolidating. I mean, even, you know, see, it's this 55 cents level that we've been testing, pushing down. we'll see what next week brings. I mean, there's a chance that price could come up to this EMA, then go. But again, at the moment, not really too much more to report on XRP. I'm off fishing for 2 days tomorrow, so a bit of a break from the charts and hopefully catch some fish. So for now, that's the few pairs. But as I said, if you like it, thumbs up, share it. And if there's any pairs you would like me to look at, drop me an inbox message and I'll take a look for you.